Welcome back to Lucid Trading. I'm so sorry for being late. I spent some time with family because it's a holiday for Muslims out there, and my parents are Muslim, so spent some time with my parents. But yeah, I hope you guys didn't miss me too long. Let me just fix the camera here just a little bit. There we go. But yeah, the market has been getting really darn bad. Oh my gosh. Let's take a look over here. The Nasdaq is up, but that's because big tech is going up. Everything else is selling off. But what's really strange, what is really darn strange, is that almost everything on the watch list right now is selling big time, right? Because it's tech, it's small tech, medium tech. That's selling off right now. Banks are up, value stocks are up, recovery stocks are up, big tech is up. So I don't know how the Russell's up this much, but we're not seeing that in some of the stocks that we have over here. Let's just say the stocks that the Cathie Wood stocks are now down quite a substantial bit. If we take a look at ARK, yeah, ARK is definitely plummeting. Oh my gosh. 2.7% to the downside after the humongous downturn that we have already seen. This is crazy. For ARK to be down 2.9% while the Russell's up, the Nasdaq is up, Dow Jones is up, S&P is up, that's a little strange to me. But it is happening. The Dow Jones is up quite a lot. It doesn't show it properly, but I think it's bouncing roughly 1.5% at this point. But yeah, this incredible ARK Innovation is getting dropped. But anyways, welcome back. Welcome back to Lucid Trading. Like I said, I'm a little bit late. Spent some time with the family. It's a holiday for us over here. But welcome back to Daniel, Will, Jasper, Dope Go Crazy, Dara, Masi, Grant, Espen, Logan, Ronaldo, Inan, Urki, I am Jukes. Let's see, Alex, Paul. I think I got everybody until now. But yeah, welcome back. Welcome back indeed. Yeah, it seems like it's a coordinated attack against ARK. It really does seem like that because the overall market is green as hell. ARK is down. ARK is down. Let's see. Let's check ARK G. ARK G is down. ARK W. ARK W. Look at that. Every single ARK fund is down. All of them. Aside from ARK X, but that's because ARK X probably has some value stocks. So high multiple stocks are not doing so well right now. But the Russell's kind of indicating something else. But what might be happening right now is the small caps that have low multiples might be doing really good right now. And we don't have any small caps with low multiples in this list over here. So high multiple stocks with high PE ratios, and I would say in terms of like they don't have a lot of revenue, but you know they're forecasted to have a lot of revenue. Those kind of stocks are not doing so well right now. Which is the reason why ARK is doing so bad. But yeah, I noticed it right away. I was like, oh my gosh, ARK is getting destroyed. I think that should fix it briefly. Wow. Yeah, Tesla's getting annihilated. I'm holding a boatload of Tesla right now, and I bought it like... I've been buying the dip, right? I've been buying every single dip. I expected it to bounce off the 200-day moving average, which is right there. It crashed right through, and my gosh, it is still bearish. It's unbelievable. Well, it is believable, given that Elon Musk actually... Elon actually... He... I think he caused the downturn. He tweeted about Bitcoin, and he, Tesla was not going to be accepting Bitcoin for the Tesla cars, which is like, why the hell do you announce that everybody's now able to finally buy Teslas with Bitcoin if only a couple weeks later you do the exact opposite? Like, it just doesn't make sense. I assume he just pumped Bitcoin up, or at least it was probably pump and dump. I mean, it is so sketchy. And I'm not even like a hyper bull on Bitcoin. So, do you have plans on cutting some losses? No, not yet. I'm not seeing overall markets going down substantially, because I would cut my losses if I saw the whole market consecutively go down. What we're seeing is still the focus is on high multiple stocks. So what's happening is the capital that's leaving these high multiple stocks, it's going back into the value stocks, the recovery stocks, the small cap stocks that are in, the future value stocks. I think the capital is not going to stay there forever. And I think it's going to be rotated back. However, that will take some time. But yeah, I will not be taking any losses. I'm not going to sell. It doesn't make sense right now at this point to be selling. You're not going to sell at the low. You want to sell at the high, right? So selling right now just does not make sense. The Fed is still supporting the market. We're still seeing a lot of support coming there. So long as the broader market is holding up, I am confident that at some point in the coming months, we will see prices rise back up again. But it's going to take some time. It's going to be the hodl again. And also, patience, of course, will be rewarded. That's generally how it works. What's happening with Neo? Oh my. Yeah, I thought it was going to bounce, and it did not hold up that support. And I did point out that the next level of support was around 31.8. It's probably going back up to that level right now as we speak. Yeah, Neo down. If it's not going to hold that, next level would be 25. That would be really bad. But yeah, it has high multiples. It has very, very high multiples. Many stocks do at this moment. What a bloodbath. Even C3, look at that. C3 is going down to 48.6 at this moment. With Palantir at 18.3, Snowflake 188. These multiples are melting away. We're seeing them melt away. Meanwhile, value stocks are gaining strength. That is insane. One moment. ARK is close to a margin call. I don't think so. I don't think they're going to be margin called. Does ARK use leverage? I don't think they use leverage. I don't think so. Gara, can you confirm tech sector absolute crash? It's already happened. The worst part of it, we've already seen. Look at this. I mean, look at this. Some of these companies, just look at that. Isn't that a crash? It is a crash. We've already seen it crash. It could get worse if we get another bearish catalyst in the short term. I don't see that happening yet, though. If this is not a crash, then please tell me what is a crash to you, because I don't think Palantir is going to go back to 10. That would make no sense. It's probably going to hold up the $18. If on a day like this it's still holding up the $18, it's going to hold up the $18. Yeah, big tech is still holding up fine. I mean, big tech is doing okay. We saw a huge run for earnings and then sold off. I guess people are really cautious. They don't want to be stuck in big tech if they start selling off. Because, of course, you can't have big tech at these prices forever. At least these market caps. I mean, it's such a big chunk of the S&P at the moment. I'll be Pajo coming in with a $2 donation. Says, what do you think tech and growth after 6 months? I think after 6 months, if we don't see some hyperinflation situation, I think right now, right here, potentially the coming weeks, but I think probably this is probably the worst we're going to get it. Could be, we could see it bottom out really soon, and then when that happens, we will see a recovery rally, right? That would basically mean that we would see, for example, in Tesla's situation, we're not going to see it go all the way to 1,000 or anything like that. Initially, probably at least recover to 800 throughout the coming months. And then the last quarter, Q4, that's when you really see it go up huge. End of Q3, Q4. So the ideal would be, ideally, you want a dollar cost average right now because stocks are getting so cheap that, when Q3, Q4 comes around, especially the latter part of Q3, Q4, that is when stocks really are going to shine. So because everybody's fearful right now, this is giving an opportunity to people that have cash because stocks are getting cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. The underlying fundamentals of these companies are not changing for the worse. They're getting better. In fact, I would say the coming months, they're going to get better and better and better. But the stock price is going lower and lower and lower. The only thing that would really be bad would be if the market would crash, because that would mean it's only going to get lower and lower and lower. But because we know the Federal Reserve is not raising rates, plus we know that they're still, they're still buying these bonds. I really do not think that the market's going to crash. I think that's going to probably happen next year. I could be wrong about this, but that gives me enough confidence to say that 6 months from now, we will see the upper bounce for a lot of these tech and growth stocks. So while everybody's in panic right now, smart money is probably buying the dip right now in, bit by bit. But yeah, you could disagree with me on this, but this is what I'm currently thinking, and I've been thinking this since probably March. I would say around March. Yeah, March, April. Wait till next CPI. I think next CPI is not going to be worse than the CPI that we got in April, because in April, it was counting in what happened with the stimulus checks. We're not getting stimulus checks in May, right? So you would think that, when next month, in June, when the CPI data comes out, it's going to be a little less worse. But we'll see, because, gas prices are going up right now in the US, so that could be bad. But I think we're gonna see some better times. I've been saying this for a long time, I know, but it requires some patience. Stocks don't go up on a daily. It takes some time. It's always been like that. Swing trading, that's a luxury. Like, if you can swing trade and it's successful, that's awesome. Most of the time, you get stuck in it for some time, and then you start profiting, and then, of course, you get out of there. But yeah. Whew. But like I said before, I would rather be holding a growth stock that is down tons than a value stock that's up huge. In terms of, valuation and just price level. Gara, is June a bearish month? It doesn't matter, guys. Honestly, the whole, every month has its own fluctuations. That's an average, right? This June could be the most bullish month ever, or it could be the most bearish month ever. That's what I would say about that. Because, for example, with May, sell in May and go away. That's what people are saying. For the last 3 years, that was not the case. It's this year. It's bad luck, right? But it's not like that every single season, every single month, every single year. It's not supposed to be like that. That would be really weird. That would make the stock market very, very easy. It's like these simple rules, right? Sell in May, go away, and just make profits. That's not how it works. But I do think that we're seeing the worst of it still. Hey, Gara, how are you? I'm doing fine. I'm celebrating Eid with my family today. It was pretty nice. Let's take a look here. There's a lot of fear in the market. I know one thing. There's a lot of fear in the market in the 6 years that I've been in the market, since I was a newbie, when I was 18 years old, until now, when I'm 23 years old, almost 24, I can tell you one thing. When the market is looking bad, it is looking good. When the market is looking good, it is bad because you're buying at higher valuations. Right now, valuations are lower. You've got to understand this fundamental thing. Unless the stock market's going to crash right here, right now, this is what I go with. And I think the market's not going to crash. The Fed is not going to let it happen. Oh, no. That would make no sense, right? Let the market crash right after they propped up the market so people could get their job back. No, they're not going to do that. That would be inhumane in like on levels, right? I don't think they're going to do that. Of course, it's going to correct, but I don't think it's going to crash. Guys, let's pump the like count. Let's get to 100 likes right here, right now. If you're holding Tesla, Palantir, Apple, and Neo, smash the like button. Let's get it going. Once again, I'm so sorry for being live so late. Normally, I'm live 2 hours around this time. But I was spending some time with my family. My parents are Muslims, and we spent some time together, which was awesome. But I was a little late. Sorry for that. But yeah, smash the like button. Let's get it going. Let's see if we can get a bit of a bounce here in the last 27 minutes of the market being open. That would be nice to see. It seems like Tesla's recovering slowly, bit by bit. It's going to gradually climb back to that 200-day moving average. It seems like that's going to be the case here. Somebody talked about Neo's weekly MACD. Oh, haha. Yeah, that's really bad. Oh well. It left the 50-day moving average. Yeah, that's not good. You don't want to see that. RSI does indicate we're hitting very, very low levels. It did bounce though from this level. It has bounced there from the 31.17. Yeah, like I said, I'm still bullish on Neo. I think their fundamentals are great. It's that they have high multiples. So that's why it's going down right now. There's a lot of fear right now around inflation because CPI was it was quite high. It was not terrible, but it was quite high, right? If it was terrible, you'd have seen the overall market sell off until the end of the week, which we're not exactly seeing. But some stocks are getting hit here and there. You can see the Russell's up 2.2%. The Nasdaq is up. The indices are up, but the individual stocks with the high multiples are down huge. So, I think ARK is the index of high multiple stocks, right? So I think if we want to take a look at what's happening with high multiple stocks, we should probably have ARK in this watch list because we can no longer trust the indices because I think most people are holding these high multiple stocks. At least, I think a lot of retail. The riskier ones. There we go. Yeah, okay, so ARK is down 2.5%. Nasdaq is up 1.5%. The Russell is up 2.2%. The Dow Jones is probably up like 1.5%. So far, so good. All right. Wow, this is crazy. We're getting, in my opinion, these are the times that people should be buying the dip. Not financial advice, by the way. But yeah, this is crazy. We're about to hit the 50-day moving average on the weekly. This should be able, it should be able to hold here for us. And if anything, it looks like we're gonna be in a bit of a bear trend. Short term. Does look like that's going to be the case. The resistance around 670, 660. Do you think the gap at 12,900 will be filled at the Nasdaq? I don't know what you're talking about, but I don't think so. I think the Nasdaq is looking quite strong, actually. As the major reason that that's happening is because, of course, we're seeing big tech rebound, and as that rebounds, the Nasdaq rebounds because it's like 50% of the Nasdaq. One sec. Oh, this is so crazy. I think what's happening right now is that a bunch of stocks that are, I think a bunch of stocks that are held by retail are being flagged and are being shorted to death. Just completely shorted to death. I think that's what's happening right now. And there's a good reason it's happening because there's inflation, and the stocks that retails are is usually holding in this time period is around, it's the high multiple stocks, the tech stocks, the growth stocks, etc. And ARK is a complete index, or ARK's indices are an indication of what's happening with retail, because retail is buying exactly what ARK is buying. The Tesla, the Spotify, the Shopify, Twilio, Square, etc. Well, we'll see how ARK's going to perform over the coming weeks. It does seem like that's the case, because we're seeing a very specific amount of stocks are being crushed time and time again. I mean, these hedge funds are not dumb. They know exactly who's holding what. If all of retail is buying these growth stocks and tech stocks, they're just gonna short them to death, sell them. If they have the stock, just sell them. They're going to take profit, put them into value stocks, because those are doing well right now, and they'll buy them back. They'll buy these tech and growth stocks back when they're lower. I mean, that's currently what we're seeing. That's what we've been seeing for the past weeks. But it's really hard. It's really, really hard to time the bottom. This is why I'm dollar cost averaging. I know it might go down further, but we can't time the bottom exactly. Nobody can. But what I do know is stocks do not only go down. We will see a bounce here and there, and we will eventually see it bottom out. One sec. I really hope Tesla's going to go around the 540 range, because I'm gonna buy some more at 540. So far, I bought at 750, 740, 720, 700, 680, etc. All the way down to what it's currently at. And I bought boatloads of Tesla below 600. So that's my current strategy. Dollar cost average down. I don't know when it's going to bottom out, but I do know one thing. My average price is coming down, which is not bad. Let's see. So 4 hours below the... So it's right below the 200-day moving average. It would be nice if it would close right on top of the 200-day moving average, that would be perfect. But it really does seem like it's not going to happen here. Weekly chart, we still have that 50-day moving average to hold on to eventually. If it's going to hit that level for us, we've seen this level, it's around 540. We've seen that hit, it's been hit several times, 2 times before in history, and it bounced off of that level. Huge bounce to the upside there. So worst case, right now, if this is not like a full-blown crash, or if Elon doesn't tweet some crazy stuff the coming days, I do think it will bounce off 540, worst case. But to be really honest, if it bounces right back up to that 200-day moving average today, it could also shoot up tomorrow. So we're just gonna have to wait and see what happens there. Is Palantir being shorted? Really? I haven't seen that. Oh wow, 20% short interest. That's pretty darn high. That's actually pretty high, actually. Wow. I said actually twice in the same sentence. That's pretty bad. But you know what I mean. Oh man. Oh man. Is the market going to fully collapse? Is this the equivalent of a .com bubble right now? Do you guys think that right now we are in the... Do you think we're in the equivalence of a .com bubble right now? Yes or no? Let me know in the live chat. I want to know. Whoa, there's a lot of fear. Damn. A lot of people think the market's going to crash. Okay, interesting. It's like 50-50. 50% of the people think the market is going to crash here. Like crash, like the .com, and 50% think it's not going to be the case. I'm going to check the fear and greed index right now. Yeah, that should be about right. We're seeing a lot of fear right now, so it does make sense. If we take a look at the puts and calls ratio. Yeah, we saw a lot of put buying. So a lot of people are shorting the market right now. That's interesting. Is this going to be a bear trap, or are we going to see the market completely collapse? We'll see. We'll see indeed. So far, so good. If Tesla closes above 580, I am very confident that tomorrow is going to be a green day. If it doesn't, if it's like right below it, then it's probably going to go down a little further. Oh, by the way, smash the like button. Let's get to 200 likes right freaking now. If you think the market is going to skyrocket next week, smash the like button. I want to know. Nasdaq is looking... Actually, it's looking not that bad. Not incredibly good or anything, but it's not looking incredibly bad either at this point. It bounced off the trend line, so that's really good. We'll see what will happen next there. Oh, so depressing. Just back-to-back negativity. Tesla's been selling off since a month. Yeah, it's just been a month of selling, and it's been what is it, like a dump for a week, pump for 2 days, dump for a week, pump for 2 days, dump for a week. It's just so predictable. But then again, it could bottom out at every single time it goes down. So I don't want to be taking a risk there, because I do know that Tesla's going to perform incredibly well fundamentally. So look, yeah, this is just crazy, this pattern here. I think this part happened when the NASDAQ really came down quite a bit. Yeah, so it's kind of what's happening there is they allow hedge funds and institutions, they allow buying, so they stop selling for a moment, and then as people buy in, they sell. And they keep on doing that. I mean, that's very evident. I've seen this very, very often. It's not necessarily market manipulation, but it does look like it. You've got to think about it this way. When the average person thinks that the market is booming, it crashes. When the average when the average person thinks that the market is crashing, it's going to start booming. It's almost always like this. When it's not like this, that's generally when we see the markets crash, as in crash. When it really does not follow any of these patterns, just go down anyway. And that usually happens when there's either too much leverage, or the last penny went to the stock market. There's not enough money to keep it up. Usually that's when there's too much leverage. When there's like financial turmoil, we're not seeing any of that right now. We're in the reopening process. We're looking stronger than ever. We've got the Fed printing money. We've got bonds coming in. Rates are at 0 or near 0. The 10-year is going up, though, although it's now going down to 2.7%. It was going up for quite some time. But we are not average people. I think that's very bold to assume that. Nah, just kidding. We're not average. We're superhuman. Let's go. We're the Lucid gang. We make it rain. Although, lately it's been very tough. I made it rain last year. Let's see if we can do the same thing this year, but it's going to take some time. I think I was very, very close to switching to value stocks in January. I remember that very, very nicely. I don't know. I'm 23 years old. I don't want to be stuck in a value stock for years. I want to have some solid growth in tech companies that I can pour my money in over time and just hold them over the coming years when things really do go wrong. Something that, for example, in 10 years could be 10x or 5x. That's kind of what I'm looking at. Worst case scenario. Best case scenario, I'm swing trading all the time. But, if you're left holding the bag, that's your job. You're going to hold the bag. You're going to see where the stock market takes a turn and take profits when it's due, If you don't need this money this year, yeah, I agree. If you don't need the money this year, you'll be fine. So long as you've got your money in great businesses, you'll be fine. I mean, I bought into C3.ai, for example. They don't have any debt. They don't have no debt. They have, I think, $1 billion on the bank account. So I think they're going to be fine for for a couple of years. So they'll be growing quite nicely. And that's just one example, right? There are many, many stocks out there and companies out there that are looking quite good in the future. But right now they're crashing. They're going down. They're becoming cheaper. C3 at $49. Palantir at $18. Snowflake $188. Tesla, right? Everybody wanted to buy Tesla at $800, at $900. Now sitting at $570. Isn't that a miracle? Yet I'm seeing nobody's talking positive about this. It's always the same story. Oh my God, it's crashing. Until it doesn't crash. And it's like, oh well, man, I didn't buy the dip. Didn't dollar cost average. I was too afraid. I was going to buy at 400 or 300, but it bottomed at 550 or 540. It's like the same story over and over again. Then again, don't listen to me. I'm not a financial advisor. So I don't know, you know, like but yeah, this is it's been rough. It's been rough indeed. Bro, are you crazy? The MACD's about to cross on the monthly. That's gonna take weeks, yo. That's gonna take a long time. Oh, actually, no, not that long. If it were to continue all the way down in a straight line, it would be the beginning of June, probably. Yeah, we've seen that happen previously, where it goes down and bounces back up and then comes down on the monthly. But I'm gonna say it's not evident. It is not evident it will cross. It does look bad. But that's right now. This is the worst moment for Tesla for the past. It's been really bad for a month. That doesn't necessarily mean that the next month will be bad or as bad. One sec. It's still free falling. Nasdaq is cooling off. It's heading down. We see the Russell is cooling off a little bit too. Right before the market closes, we've got 5 minutes left. 5 minutes until the market is going to close, and it seems like we're going to close bloody once again. It's how many days now? Like, it's been the whole week just bloody. Today we had a fake out. Stocks surge, came down instantaneously. It's not even funny anymore. Look at that. Ugh, it's looking ugly. I think this downturn was kind of crazy too, though. It was a lot worse. But yeah. No, one sec. Couple minutes left here. Just a couple minutes. It would be funny if this would repeat. So that would be like 2 weeks of just pure negativity. Again, Gara, hyperinflation is... No. There's no hyperinflation. Trust me, there's not going to be hyperinflation. It's not going to happen. That's a pipe dream. What we're going to see, inflation is going to skyrocket. It's been skyrocketing, right, since February, March, April, May, and then potentially from there on outwards, you're going to see it just top out. In terms of like the increase month over month, is going to get lower. That's what a lot of people are estimating. That's what Jerome Powell is estimating himself. If I'm wrong, but I think there's a higher probability that we're not going to see hyperinflation. We're just going to see a transitory inflation. Repeating Jerome Powell's words, you know, the chairman of the Fed, It's going to be very brief. And if it's not very brief, they're going to just raise the rates. And then, of course, stocks will come down. So far, you've been wrong about inflation. I've said there's going to be inflation. I've never said that there would be no inflation. I even said it was going to be bad. I just didn't say there would be like hyperinflation or anything. Lumber's going down in prices. Yeah, it's about time. I mean, it was bubbling up, you know. Lumber. There you go. Lumber's going down. We said this like 2 days ago. Like, lumber was sitting right here. Yeah, I think it's going to bottom out soon, though. Houses are still expensive. Houses are still expensive. They're well in demand. Anyway, we're seeing the market cool off even a bit more now in the last minutes. So far, no buying the dip. It seems like tomorrow might be a little worse. Two more minutes left. Oh man, it's been such a rocky past couple of weeks. When you think it's over, right? It's like when you think it is over, well, think again. It's always how it's been, you know. These prices, there's no emotions to it themselves, right? It's just a price. That the fact that Tesla's sitting at 571 doesn't take away from the fact that Tesla itself it's doing great as a company, right? They're gonna have great deliveries this quarter. They're gonna have really good earnings despite all the FUD. They'll be doing fine. Yeah, you're just getting a cheaper price for Tesla stock. The same goes for a lot of companies. But yeah, I do agree. High multiples, right? Tesla's PE ratio is super high. But that's what you're paying for a great company. In a year or two, the PE ratio is going to sit at like 30. It's going to be way lower. One sec. The market's just closed. The Nasdaq is up 1%. ARK is down 2.6%. Dow Jones, I think it was up like a percentage point or something, 1.5%. The Russell's up 1.8%. So the overall stock market bounced a bit today. Yet the high multiple stocks like Tesla, Neo, XPeng, AI, PLTR, Snowflake, BNGO, Nano Dimension, etc., stocks that ARK bought, all down. Big tech soaring again. So people are looking for safe havens, basically. Value stocks are up, big banks are up, recovery stocks are up, back to back to back to back. How long will it last? We will see. But yeah, guys, this was the market today. I was a little bit late today, I know. It was unfortunate, but I had to spend some time with my family. I had to. But yeah, guys, the market's been closed. What a bloody day. My gosh. Bloody week, bloody 2 weeks, bloody month. Let's check the cryptos. Bitcoin is also selling off. It's not just the growth, the high multiple stocks. It's just anything that's touched by retail, that's down right now, for the most part. Man. All right, guys, we're going to be wrapping up the live stream right here. We're going to wrap the live stream right here. Damn. What? Right when I become bearish on the market's going to bounce. So maybe I should just go bearish. I don't think I will go bearish, but... Okay, guys, have a good one. Eid Mubarak to people out there. They're going to celebrate it. Appreciate you. Thank you for watching. You can show your loyalty by subscribing and hitting that notification bell right now. Would appreciate that tons. And Also, check the Discord community. It's completely free. You can join the Discord community. The link for it is down below in the description. And I'll show you right here in the live chat. There we go. Hit that link up. You'll be affiliated to the Discord community. So, but yeah, red or green tomorrow. You know what? I think tomorrow, if I look at the NASDAQ, the thing is you can't even look at the NASDAQ anymore because the NASDAQ is not in line. It is not at all in line with the stocks that we cover, at least for the most part, right? We were covering Tesla, Neo, PLTR, other small cap stocks. It's not in line. So maybe we should look at ARK, what ARK is doing at this point. And honestly, ARK really does look a lot like the Tesla chart. Yeah, we'll see. I think tomorrow's going to be green. But you know, then again, I said tomorrow was going to be green. Today was going to be green, and today was green. I mean, the indices were green as can be, you know. Kira Groton coming in with a 20 Norwegian krone donation. Thank you so much. That is really sweet. Appreciate it. It's hard to tell, right? It's been green. It's just not the stocks that the Russell's green, the Nasdaq's green, the S&P is green. It's all green. But the high multiple stocks are not. The high multiple stocks are selling after selling after selling. I can't even point to an index and be like, oh, if that goes up, stocks are going to go up. Because it's so disconnected at this point. Yeah, Kathy Wood doesn't really care about the coming 3 months. She cares about the next 5 years. She did the same thing with Tesla. And then Tesla started shooting upwards. Alright, guys, I'm going to really wrap up the live stream right here. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the live stream. We'll be back tomorrow on the last trading day of this week. I think it's going to be green. But then again, I thought Wednesday was going to be green. Wednesday was red. For the high multiple stocks, I thought it would be green. Thursday, today, I thought it would be green for high multiple stocks. Was initially green, sold off, and tomorrow we'll see what happens. But yeah, guys, this was Lucid Trading. Have an awesome day. I'll be seeing you